church.
Morning.
I just wanted to share some thoughts with you today. During this lockdown, I have thought of other countries going through lockdown, especially less developed countries. Like how hard it must be for them to be going through lockdown, and it made me realize, and made me very grateful that that we have the NHS. We have the transport link systems that, even if you don't have a car, you're still able to get around. We have our schools that, even though are closed, they're still doing their best and providing work for our children remotely. Then, our supermarkets, in this country, our daily bread is always provided, and there's enough to go around. So, you can get up and go to Tesco's and get whatever you need. You can go to Lidl or Asda later on in the afternoon and get what you're going to have for dinner, and you can still have plenty left over. So we tend to forget, sometimes we forget that it is God that provides us, with the littlest things like food, to the biggest things. And we tend to forget to give thanks to God or just being grateful for all these things that he can give to us. When do we normally spend time asking for God for things? Do we pick those times when things are wrong, or when we need things the most? Do we trust that God is the one that will bring, the littlest to the biggest things, that he's the one that is a provider, that he's the one that provides these things for us? What have you had to trust God for? What have you had a need that you needed to give to God, to trust him with that need? The disciples, they would have sold off all their possessions and trust God to provide for them 100%. The early disciples would rely so much on God that they would, when traveling between places, that they be kept safe, that they would hope that they will find people that would put them up for the night, that they would hope that they'd get fed. So they relied on God 100%, and in God we should trust in this difficult time and in this transitioning time right now that we're in. So I wanted to read Psalm 28 7. So Psalm 28:7 says, the Lord is my strength and my shield. My heart trusts in him, and I am helped. My heart leaps for joy, and I will give thanks to him in song. This psalm is just to remember that the Lord is our strength, and he will take us through this difficult time. I wanted to pray about 5 points this morning, and one of them is, if you have someone that shines a light in your life, it could be a friend or a family. We have light, Adjoa and I light this candle for you to give thanks to God, to pray for someone that shines a light in your life, someone that has been there for you in difficult times. It could be a friend, it could be your mom, dad, family that have been supporting you through your life, and just light this candle and give thanks to God for them. The second point that I wanted to give to share with you, to pray about, is you know, writing in a post, something simple as writing in a post-it note, just things that you're finding difficult. So it could be that you're struggling with certain piece of work, or you're struggling with this week, you know, how this week is not going good for you. So just write in a post-it note and bring it to Jesus in prayer. Bring it to God. Just write it down and bring it to God and say, God, to help you in answering questions, or, you know, whatever difficulties you're facing. The third point we wanted is this cross that Adjoa made, this beautiful cross that she's hanged in a flower pot. And this cross is come to the cross for reflection. Come to the cross for a time of reflection, giving thanks to God for his love, you know, for Jesus, for dying for us, for giving us a new start. Each day he gives us a new start because of the cross, for the love that he has shown for us. And then the fourth thing is our daily bread. You know, sometimes we forget, you know, simple things like our daily bread. You know, give thanks to God for everything he provides for us, from bread to water to all sorts of things that he gives to us. I just cut this piece of bread and put, Jesus, thank you for the food and my family. So just give thanks to God for the daily stuff that he provides for us. And the fourth thing is just in this pot, we just wrote little things that we wanted God to, wrote little things and hanged it. Just hanged it with thread, and it's just simple things like love, peace, patience, and just small little things that you would like to bring to God, to whether to increase to your life, to give you more patience, and to just things that you want to bring to God, and we just hanged it and brought it to God in prayer. The last thing is by a song, you know, as the psalm said. So Eppie will sing for us, and, you know, let's rejoice on the Lord. You know, he is our strength, and we should praise him for what he's doing, what he has done and is still doing in these difficult times. Amen.
Amen.
Louder
presence of my enemies.